This is an advanced computer engineering project. Our team consists of Ahnaf, David, Golgem, Timothy, and myself, Jasper. In this project, we were given the freedom to develop anything of our choosing with the Odroid C2. We decided to develop a handheld emulator device. For that device, we would need to select the correct hardware, test operating systems and emulators, as well as develop a front end.
So here we have the block diagram. We have the main component, which is the Odroid C2, and this is made of a 64-bit ARM processor, which is 1.5 gigahertz quad core, and it has 2 gigabytes of DDR3 RAM. It's capable of up to 4K with 60 hertz display, and the OSs that it can have are Ubuntu 16.04 and Android 6 Marshmallow. To accompany that, we have the LCD screen, which is made for the Odroid. It's 7 inches and it will be used as the display. Then we have an Xbox controller. We were planning to go with a Wii remote, but the functionality was not available at the time, so we didn't go with that. And that's just used to cycle through the menus and play games. We have the hard drive, which is the external memory, and we use that to store all the games that we played on the Odroid. We also have a speaker, which is a Microlab USB powered speaker, and as it says in the name, it's used to play audio from games or applications that are on the Odroid. And we also have a power bank, which is just a portable charger that will be used to power the system and everything that comes along with it.
We initially tried to use the Dolphin and the PCSX2 emulator. The Dolphin emulator is capable of running GameCube and Nintendo Wii games, while the PCSX2 emulator is capable of running PS2 and PS1 games. The Dolphin had a low frames per second and emulation speed on Linux due to the incompatibility with the OpenGL driver for the Mali 450 GPU on the Odroid C2. The Dolphin version of the Android version of Dolphin was also not compatible with the C2 due to it needing a 64-bit OS and the supported version of Android being a 32-bit OS. The PCSX2 emulator was not feasible on the Odroid due to not having the required specs on Linux and there not being a stable version of a PS2 emulator on Android yet.
Finally, the emulators we chose were My Boy, Mega N64 and EPS XD, which are emulators for GBA, N64 and PS1 respectively. We chose these emulators for the Odroid because the Odroid could handle them without falling below a usable FPS. Also, these emulators happen to fit within a retro chain, which was what we're trying to go for.
So when it came to the front end, we decided to make use of Android Studio in Java. So with the front end, we have 3 buttons and each one of them would go to the emulator that we pick. This is done via the intent, get package manager and launch package functions. The intent function, as used right over here, is a synchronous message that allows the button to request functionality of another part of the app or another app altogether. The get package manager function right here gets a hold of information related to the applications that are installed on the Odroid. And then the get launch intent for package function is used to launch the app with the same package name as specified. With the package name and launch all established as the intent, on button click, our app would actually take us to the respective emulator that was chosen. The front end is supposed to be a suitable interface for the user to select the emulator that they wish to use, as well as being an appeasable interface by which they can access all the required parts of the console. And we also think that it's pretty cool.
Okay, so this is the working front end. As you can see, we can select it, control it using the Xbox controller. The first one is the EPXC emulator, which is the PS1 emulator. It runs fairly well. It's fairly responsive. The only problem with this emulator is that we can't. Once you're in a game, you can't actually leave the game without going back to the home menu, which wouldn't be a problem if it wasn't for the fact that we couldn't get the front end to work on startup. Going to the next one, the Mega N64 emulator. This one has. This one you can go back to the main menu, but the only problem with it is there's some graphical glitches in it, and I think that's mainly a problem with. That's more a problem with the emulator rather than the actual app or anything like that. Beyond just some minor graphical glitches, it runs really well. I'll show you once we get past the intro.
That's all yours. I can do that right now.
There you go. Okay. Are you recording again? We can cut that. I'll cut that out. So as you can see, if you look at the door in the distance, you can see some minor graphical glitches. I'm not sure exactly what causes this, but we have a feeling it might be something to do with more of the emulator rather than the app or anything itself. It's not. We know it's not the actual particular game because we've had the same problem show up in some other games as well. The game's still playable. It's just not that appealing. If we had some more time, we'd find a better emulator that wouldn't have these glitches in it. We know that there are some emulators out here that don't have that. We can actually go back to the main menu by pressing the Y button, which is useful because then we can navigate within the app itself. So we can go back to the front end through this and go into the last app, which is My Boy. As you see, the game it automatically starts on games, which is useful. It's a useful feature for pick up and play, but maybe in some circumstances users might not like that. It's possible to just exit the game even if it starts automatically by just pressing the Y button again and then going to close, and that way you can also select other games. This one runs fairly well. Let's see, consistent frame rate, no problems with sound or glitches or anything like that. We haven't had time to actually check the multiplayer yet, but we believe it should be able to work as long as the Xbox controller is configured correctly, the other Xbox controller is configured correctly. The only problem we do have with that is that to have enough, we only have 4 USB ports on the back, and one's been taken up by one controller, by the speaker, by the hard drive, and the last one is taken up by the HDMI audio splitter that we had to order in order to get the speaker working properly. In future works, we'd want to get this all in an enclosed case, set up properly so it looks more appealing than in the raw form it is right now, and also get some more emulators on it so that you have a wider range of games that you can play on it.